Hello, my name is Corey McGuire, and I am a family law lawyer, arbitrator, parenting coordinator, and child interviewer serving families across all of British Columbia. Over the course of nearly 3 decades, I have worked with hundreds of separated and divorced families navigating parenting disputes, decision-making challenges, and the difficult task of raising children across 2 homes. I created Parenting Coordinator BC.online as a free public education resource to help parents, lawyers, mental health professionals, and parenting coordinators better understand the parenting coordination process. My goal is to make family dispute resolution more accessible and easier for families to understand. This video is part of a larger series explaining the BC Parenting Coordination Roster's Parenting Coordination Agreement, one subject at a time. Too often, parents sign agreements without fully understanding how the process works, what authority a parenting coordinator has, what limits exist on that authority, and what they can realistically expect from the process. My hope is that these videos provide practical guidance, reduce confusion, and help families focus on what matters most, supporting children through separation in a healthier and more effective way. Today we're going to discuss a question that many parents are thinking but don't always ask directly. What happens if the other parent simply refuses to participate? It's a reasonable question. Many parents enter parenting coordination after years of conflict. They may already have experienced situations where communication failed, agreements were ignored, or one parent disengaged altogether. So we're going to talk about what the Parenting Coordination Agreement says about participation, what happens when participation breaks down, and why parenting coordination is designed to continue functioning even when cooperation isn't perfect.
Let's start with the concern many parents have. Suppose I sign the agreement, pay the retainer, show up for meetings, and make a genuine effort. What if the other parent does nothing? What if they simply ignore you?
That concern comes up frequently. The good news is that the Parenting Coordination Agreement specifically contemplates situations where one parent chooses not to participate. The agreement recognizes that if parenting coordination could be stopped simply by refusing to engage, the process would often become ineffective.
Let's make it more specific. Can a parent simply ignore emails from the parenting coordinator?
A parent can choose not to respond, but that doesn't necessarily stop the process. The participation agreement anticipates situations where a parent declines to participate or fails to engage. In certain circumstances, the parenting coordinator may still move forward to address the issue that requires resolution.
I think many people assume that if they don't participate, nothing can happen.
That's one of the most common misunderstandings. Many people think participation is a veto. They assume, if I don't answer, the process stops. The agreement generally does not work that way. Children's lives continue moving forward. School decisions still need to be made. Schedules still need to be implemented. Holidays still arrive. The agreement recognizes that disputes sometimes require resolution, even when participation is imperfect.
Can you give a practical example?
Imagine a disagreement about summer vacation dates. One parent provides information and responds to communications. The other parent ignores every request for input. If the vacation is approaching, the issue may still need to be addressed. The Parenting Coordination Agreement recognizes that implementation issues cannot always wait indefinitely for participation that may never occur.
It sounds like signing the agreement comes with obligations.
It does. Parents sometimes focus on what authority the parenting coordinator has and overlook what they themselves are agreeing to do. The agreement contemplates participation in the process. That includes responding to requests, providing information when reasonably required, and engaging with the process in a meaningful way.
What about parents who technically participate but don't really participate? They send 10 pages about every issue but never answer the actual question.
That's another challenge the agreement anticipates. Participation is not simply a matter of volume. The objective is to provide information that helps move the issue toward resolution. One of the parenting coordinator's responsibilities is maintaining a process that remains focused on implementation and problem solving rather than becoming consumed by endless argument.
What if somebody continually asks for more time, more documents, more information, one more opportunity to respond? Can someone delay things indefinitely?
The Parenting Coordination Agreement gives the parenting coordinator responsibility for managing the process. That includes decisions about timing, procedures, information gathering, and when an issue is ready to move forward. Otherwise, a determined parent could postpone resolution indefinitely. The agreement attempts to prevent that outcome.
Let's talk about urgency. What if a decision needs to be made before school registration closes or before a vacation starts?
The agreement specifically recognizes that some implementation issues are time sensitive. Children don't pause their lives while adults decide whether to participate. Certain matters may require a quicker response because delay itself would create problems. The parenting coordinator is permitted to consider those realities when managing the process.
In high conflict situations, do some people use non-participation strategically?
Sometimes. One reason these provisions exist is to prevent the process from being defeated too easily. If refusing to answer communications automatically prevented an issue from being addressed, parenting coordination would have very limited usefulness in some of the cases that need it most.
A parent listening might worry, if I miss a deadline or don't respond quickly enough, does that mean the parenting coordinator never hears my side?
Generally speaking, parenting coordinators prefer hearing from both parents. Consensus building almost always works better when everyone participates. The agreement is designed to encourage participation, not discourage it. The non-participation provisions exist because implementation issues sometimes need resolution even when ideal participation doesn't occur.
Can a parent just refuse to attend meetings?
A parent can choose not to attend. But again, that decision does not necessarily prevent the parenting coordinator from addressing an issue that falls within the parenting coordinator's authority. The agreement was drafted with the understanding that some parents may occasionally refuse to participate. The process must still be capable of functioning.
If the process can continue anyway, why should parents participate?
Because participation provides an opportunity to contribute information, identify concerns, propose solutions, and help shape the outcome. Participation is generally the best way to ensure that relevant information is considered. Most parents are better served by engaging with the process than by standing outside it.
After all your years of practice, what's the biggest misunderstanding?
The belief that non-participation creates control. Many parents assume that if they refuse to engage, they gain leverage. The participation agreement was specifically designed to reduce the effectiveness of that strategy. The process is intended to continue functioning despite conflict, disagreement, and occasional non-cooperation.
So what's the main lesson from today's episode?
The parenting coordination agreement expects participation, but it also recognizes that participation will not always be perfect. The agreement is designed to help resolve implementation issues even when one parent is reluctant, unavailable, frustrated, or unwilling to engage as fully as everyone might hope. The process is built to keep moving forward.
Today's conversation may be reassuring to parents who worry that the entire process can be sabotaged simply by refusing to participate.
Exactly. Parenting coordination isn't based on the assumption that parents will always agree